All right, we're gonna call these done. Hey everybody, Mike Chavez here once again. Welcome back to my channel, and if you've never been here before, welcome. All right, y'all, today in for a treat. I don't know however many of you have had Korean food before, but what I'm making today is some Korean grilled flanken short ribs, and they call them over there is Kalbi. Okay, so what we're going to do, we got these flanken style short ribs. I got them at my BJ's wholesale warehouse. I'll show them to you in a minute, but they're short ribs that are cut long and flat. Okay, the secret to this is the marinade. So we got to marinate these things overnight for up to about 24 hours, and then we'll put them out on direct heat out on my S&S grill without the insert. We're going to lay our charcoal in the bottom and direct grill these at a kind of a medium-high heat, and these should be really, really delicious. So I'm going to go ahead. Now these have been marinating overnight. I recorded the marination process. I'm going to show that to you, and then we'll get over here and get these things on the grill. Y'all ready? Time to grill out, y'all. The weather's gotten a little better, so let's go ahead and fire it up. All right, let's do it. So these are Korean grilled flanken style short ribs, also known as Kalbi. All right. So this is what they look like right here. So these are short ribs cut long. Okay, these have 4 bones. You can get them with 3 bone, but these are notoriously tough. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a marinade up. So the hardest part of this whole thing is making this marinade up. So let me show you what's in the marinade real quick. All right, so we have 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. This is dark brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar if you like. 2/3 cup of soy sauce right over there. So we got some kikkoman. All right. We have 1 onion chopped up. That's a small onion, chopped it coarse. All this stuff's going in the blender, so it doesn't have to be fine. 1/2 cup of canned pineapple. So we got some pineapple here. We're going to use half that can of the pineapple. We got a kiwi. We're going to peel this kiwi. Now the pineapple and kiwi are there to help tenderize the meat. Okay. Got 6 cloves of garlic that we're going to just smash. 6 cloves. Put in the blender. Let's see, you got some mirin, sweet cooking rice seasoning, mirin, and toasted sesame oil. Okay, also I got some ginger. The recipe don't call for ginger, but I like ginger. So we got a nice knob of ginger. It's about a nice big tablespoon. So let's go ahead and get this marinade started. All right, first thing the recipe tells you to do is combine the brown sugar and the soy sauce in a saucepan. All right, we want to bring this to a boil. So we're heating that up. So combine them, soy sauce and brown sugar. All right then, so this has come to a boil. So we're taking it off the heat. Make sure that sugar is good and dissolved. All right, so what I'm going to do, put it in this glass bowl to cool. All right, so we're going to let that cool. Matter of fact, I might set this on a wire rack. Let me do that. As soon as this soy sauce sugar mixture cools good, we'll bring you all back. All right, y'all, let's get this marinade together. So we got our soy sauce and brown sugar mixture that is cooled. I actually stuck it in the freezer for a little while to help it along. So what I'm going to do is put that in my blender bowl. Alright, let's try to get it all. All right. Now, everybody in the boat. So, garlic, 6 cloves of garlic going in. On my ginger. On my onion. All right. It says half this can of pineapple. And then a little bit of the liquid out of the can. All right, now we'll go a 1/4 cup of the mirin. All right, 1/4 cup mirin. Also 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. That's about all that's left in here. So I'm going to put that sesame oil in there. About 2 tablespoons. Don't want to overdo it. That's pretty strong. All right, and now, last but not least, we'll get this kiwi. So I'm going to see if this will work for peeling this kiwi, and it will. So I'm going to peel this kiwi. So I'm going to cut both ends off. Okay, we'll take and cut this in chunks. I said the kiwi and the pineapple are going to help tenderize the meat. Got the kiwi going in. Like I said, Asian pear will work instead of kiwi. Alright, so let's put this on the motor. Alright. Let's blend this up. Alright. Now, let's go get the ribs. Alright, so we're spreading these ribs out. Got them in a plastic bag here. Let me get my marinade. Pour our marinade in. Not quite all of it. Seal this bag up. Alright. Give it a good massage. Alright, pour the rest of the marinade in. Now this is enough marinade. I could have done more ribs, but that's all I had. So, we can go ahead and put these in the refrigerator. And we'll come back tomorrow afternoon. So this is the day before, if I didn't mention that before. So we want these to marinate up to 24 hours. It says go 24 hours. But in our case, we'll probably end up going about 12 or 14 hours. Alright. So that's it, y'all. In the fridge, 12 to 24 hours. And then we'll go ahead and grill them up. Alright, y'all, been close to 24 hours. We've had it in our marinade. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. I'm just going to kind of scrape the marinade off a little bit and lay them in the pot. Look at that, I'm spilling marinade all in my pot. I need to get rid of that. Alright, so I'll scrape the excess marinade off. Put them on my tray. Alright then, so I'm going to let these sit here long enough to go get the grill fired up. And once we get the grill fired up, we get these on the grill, it is not going to take long. So let me wash up. Let's go outside, fire up this grill. We ain't had this grill fired up for a while. Looking forward to this. Alright y'all, got my S&S grill. Got the insert removed. Got it all cleaned out. So we're going to take tumbleweed to our charcoal chimney. I'm going to go about halfway. About 3/4 of a chimney. Alright. We don't want this too hot. About medium high. So I'm going to light my tumbleweed. Alright. So we'll let this chimney get lit all the way. These charcoals. Alright, these are lit pretty good, so I'm just going to dump them straight in the bottom. Spread them out real good. So we want pretty much just a single layer because we don't want this grill too hot. All right, let's put our cooking grate on. All right, I'm gonna let this preheat a little bit. Got all the vents wide open, so I'm gonna give this about 5-6 minutes. We'll bring the ribs out and get grilling. All right, y'all, let's get grilling. So we got our Kalbi ribs here. We're gonna lay them out. It shouldn't take long. Got about medium-high heat, like I said, on the grill. So we're going to leave those on there about 2 minutes, then we'll flip them. Alright, see what we're looking like on the other side. We'll go ahead. Looking good, y'all. All right then, do another turn. Hey now. All right, we're about there, y'all. This ain't taking long at all. We get a nice little crust on there. All right. All right, we're gonna call these done. So there we go, looking good. Let's get them in the house. All right, everybody, so got the Kalbi ribs resting here. So let's see what we got. So we loosely covered them with foil, and that's what we got. So to go with this, we got some jasmine rice. So let's put some rice on the plate. Alright, we got some store-bought kimchi. I've never had this type of kimchi before, but let's check it out. We'll see how it goes, how it is. So I'm going to put some kimchi in a bowl. Let's get the full Korean experience, shall we? Gotta have some kimchi. Alright, now this is spicy kimchi right here, y'all. So let's see how it goes. Smells pretty good. Alright, now the ribs. So the way they do it in Korea, or the Korean barbecue, let's see, we'll get hold of it and we'll cut it with scissors in between the bones. So this meat come out a little medium rare. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of pink in the middle, some of it right there. Can you see that? So let's see how this tastes, shall we? So I'm gonna get me some chopsticks. We'll do this. They're not Korean chopsticks, but they'll do. So we got our, here we go. All right, y'all. Finally got the fire of the grill up. So what did we do? Made some Korean barbecue, some Kalbi ribs. So let's check it out. So there we go, y'all. Some Kalbi ribs, marinated them overnight. So you saw the marination process, wasn't too hard. So y'all ready for this? I'm ready for this. Taste! Oh my goodness, sweet, salty, full of flavor. Get some rice. Let's see how this kimchi tastes. A little sour, but it's not bad. If you like kimchi, which I do. So anyway, y'all, there we go. Korean style Kalbi flanken ribs. So I'm going to eat this up, and we'll see y'all next time. One more bite. So we can get some rice. So I appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you try it. Very easy. I turned it tender, juicy, sweet, very nice. More videos over here you can check out. If you haven't done it yet, click subscribe. I appreciate it. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye now.